Hello friends, as I told you in my earlier class that we'll discuss in our next class the remittance. Remittance that is inward remittance as well as the outward remittance. Inward remittance is the foreign currencies coming to our country, that is inward remittance through various boat, and outward remittance the foreign currencies going out of our country, that is outward remittance. The remittance, inward remittance, and as well as the outward remittance. One is export remittance or non-export remittance. We'll talk about more today in this chapter is the non-export remittance. Normal remittance is coming from the abroad, and normal remittance going out from the country, not against our import. And remittance is coming to the country. Foreign remittance is coming to the country through the various modes. Mainly, you can say demand draft is there. Foreign bank is issuing the demand draft in our country, and telegraphic transport is there. Mail transport is there. MT. Swift transport is there, and also the money can be sent to the various out agencies. Through the various agencies are there. Through them also the inward remittance is coming into our country. So let us discuss. We'll discuss according to the model question wise, and in the during the course of my discussion, I'll touch upon the depth of this remittance procedure, how it is happening, and what is the purpose of the remittance is coming, and what is the basic thing of the remittance, how the remittance is coming, and how it is going to the beneficiary's account, what is the procedure of all these things we'll discuss. Earlier occasion we had discussed about the current account transaction and capital account transactions. Here in the remittance chapter, will little bit may touch upon the current account and capital account transactions. Mainly the current account transaction we may touch. First question is like that. A customer remitted US $10,000 to his son in USA, studying in USA for the educational purpose. First of all, this is a outward remittance. This particular remittance was talked about. It is a outward remittance. Now, whether it is a current account remittance or capital account remittance. Earlier we said current account or capital account remittance is remittance where the asset and liability is altered, and where the assets and liabilities is not altered, then is a current account transactions. Here a customer has remitted US $10,000 to his son staying abroad for his study purpose. It is not a remittance which affect the or alter the asset and liabilities, then obviously it is a current account transactions. Okay. Now inward remittance or outward remittance, also we'll discuss here the LRS. LRS. Also we discussed about the LRS. LRS is nothing but liberalization remittance scheme. In that scheme, it is our Reserve Bank of India very much liberal nowadays for sending or getting the foreign exchange through various mode, and limit also has been enhanced like anything. So that is why we call it a liberalization scheme. Earlier, sending or receiving the money from the abroad, there was too many restrictions were there, and now government has liberalized this scheme, and now under this scheme we call it a liberalization remittance scheme. Under the liberalization remittance scheme, what is the maximum amount of foreign exchange that a person can avail in a financial year for going abroad for purpose is travel purpose, the business purpose. A person is going to abroad for the business purpose, In that case, what is his maximum limit he can avail in a financial year? That is the question. Your answer will be maximum amount you can avail. In one time you can avail. It is 2,50,000 US dollar or equivalent. $2,50,000 or equivalent he can use if the customer goes abroad for business purpose. Similarly, going for the how much money, how much foreign exchange can avail for the purpose of the immigration or employment purpose. Employment or immigration, how much maximum amount can avail a person, that is also 2,50,000 US dollar or equivalent can avail under this scheme. Under which of the following is incorrect in respect of the remittance under liberalization scheme? Liberalization scheme, which one is the incorrect? PAN is mandatory for remittance under LRS. LRS scheme remittance under LRS, that is only the residents can remit this amount. Only residents can remit this amount to the outside. Under LRS scheme, is a resident and PAN. This particular person who is going to remit the amount under LRS, he must have the PAN number, a PAN card. Remittance for overseas travel can be made under LRS. Remittance for overseas travel can be made under LRS, and that is not applicable. Under LRS, this is not applicable. Remittance can be done in any permitted currency. Remittance can be done any permitted currency. Any permitted currency, it is not allowed. There is permitted currencies are there. Remittance can be done in any permitted currency. Only the permitted currency that can be done. That is under LRS. And remittance can be made by all the residents individual except minor. As I told before that, only the resident Indian can make this remittance under LRS except minor. Minor does not have the PAN. So PAN is mandatory. That is why minor cannot allow to make this remittance. As a maximum amount that can be loaded. Again, card is also card, credit card or debit card. A person going abroad, he can avail the card while going abroad. He can avail the card and take the card from any bank, and we can avail the card in the abroad for withdrawing the money or for shopping purpose or for any other purpose. He can avail the card. In that card, how much maximum amount can be loaded in the card? Where there is a fixed amount is there to be loaded in the card, that is 2,50,000 US dollar equivalent can be loaded in the card. In the card you can load, earlier it was 3 currencies, now it is 5 types of currencies can be loaded in the card, and maximum amount is loading is 2,50,000 or equivalent in the card. And that card is a different bank is having different type of name, multi-purpose card, multi-currency card, like that card name of the card. That card has got some validity of that card. Lifelong you cannot use the card. After some time the validity of the card is expired, then again you have to extend the validity of the card. One time the card's validity is 5 years. 5 years validity of the card is there, and after that you have to revalidate the card. After loading the amount in the card, 2,50,000 US dollar you have loaded in a card and gone to the foreign country. After using the card and some amount still left out in the card, you have come back to the country. Then whatever the leftover amount is there in the card, you can convert into the local currency and get to your account back. Or you can keep the amount in the card. It is validity of the card, as I said, it is 5 years, and within that period you can visit to the abroad and use this card till the validity of the card is there. Now, different type of organizations are there. Out agency organizations are there. Out of that, one name is there, Western Money Changer, one currency, one organization is there, and different type of product is also there. It's designed for specially designed for the remittance. This is one remittance is there, flash remit product. Flash remit product, one special scheme is there. Out of this scheme, under this scheme, what are there under this scheme? What you can avail under this scheme. This scheme is exclusively for the Gulf countries. This scheme is only for the Gulf countries. This is exclusive for the Gulf countries purpose. You can remit it from the Gulf countries. This scheme is there, and it is instantly coming to the beneficiary's account. That is the unique features of this scheme. And for this scheme, this is a special scheme, and immediately within a very short period, beneficiary's account has been created, and for that tie-up has to be made with some organization. That is, tie-up has been made with some organization like UAE. One exchange center is there. That is the one organization. You tie up with that organization and you can avail this scheme, flash remittance scheme, which is exclusively for Gulf countries. Okay. Inward remittance can be done also through the internet and web based also. You can use that channel and you can send the inward remittance to the country. But internet and webcast basis, when the remittance will come, it is not applicable to keep paid to your NRE or FCNR account. It is not allowed. The remittance will come through this internet or web, but carrying to the NRE account or FCNR account, not allowed. Where is it is allowed? Personal remittance account, like maintenance of personal remittance account, like maintenance of the family. Maintenance of the family is the main issue. For this purpose, you can avail that internet and web based. Single remittance, for that this type of remittance, there is some restrictions are there. A single remittance does not exceed 2,500 US dollar in one time. It cannot exceed 2,500 US dollar. Single remittance, when one time single use, you cannot send more than that. In partial basis you can send, but when a single shot you will send the remittance, it amount should be within 2,500 US dollar, and maximum 30 remittance you can make in a year. For family maintenance purpose, you are sending the remittance through the out agencies or internet or web based. Your maximum number of remittance you can send from abroad is 30 times in a year, and one single remittance will maximum is 2,500 US dollar, and that amount when come to India, it cannot be given paid to the NRD account or FCNR account, and this is mainly for the purpose of family maintenance purpose. What is the maximum amount of foreign exchange that can be remitted outside for overseas consultancy services per project procured from outside? Means maximum amount of, that is what type of remittance this one? Inward or outward? This is outward remittance, because the foreign exchange is going out from the country and you are sending the remittance to the abroad. That is why it is a outward remittance. The outward remittance, what said? What is the maximum amount of foreign exchange that can be remitted outside for overseas consultancy services? For consultancy services, what is the maximum amount of foreign exchange you can remit? That is up to $1 million per project. That is the project wise remittance. The per project, your maximum amount is $1 million. Okay. Then one Mr. John national was one Mr. John a German national. One Mr. John, a German national, was working for Indian company, has superannuated, has received 50 lakhs as superannuation benefit. He approaches you to remit the amount to his bank in Germany. What had happened? It is like that. A German national is working in your country in some organization, and he has got retired from this company as superannuated and received the superannuation benefit 50 lakhs, and he has approached you to remit the amount to his bank account in Germany. What will be your advice? You will say superannuation benefit of the foreign can be freely can remitted abroad. His superannuation amount has come, and he more probably after retirement is going back to his national and going back to his nation, his country. So whatever the retirement benefit he is receiving, entire amount is permitted to remit abroad. But there is no question at all, not allowed, RBI permission, all these things you don't ask. Straight away you remit the amount to his account. But amount will go to his personal account only, that must be ensured. Mr. Robbie and NRI. Mr. Robbie and NRI was holding shares in Indian company which has been sold and wants the amount to be remitted to his foreign bank's account. Mr. Robbie NRI staying abroad, he has got some Indian share. He has got share in Indian company and he has sold that share and wants to remit the whatever the amount he has received after selling this share, wants to remit to his bank account in abroad. What you will do? First of all, you may ask so many questions, but it is see whatever the question you can ask, but all is valid or not. Certificate from the company chairman is needed. Means company chairman means from which company he has got the share has been sold and money received. That company has to be credited to another account. All these questions may arrive in your mind, but he has come to you. He wants to deposit. He wants to remit all this entire amount to his bank account in abroad. Can be remitted if the investment on a repatriation basis. That means whatever the share he purchased those days out of the foreign remittance or not, or it has been purchased out of repatriation proceeds or not, that part you have to see. Then only you can go for the outward remittance of sale proceeds of the share. Okay, you keep it in mind. That is very valid question. Otherwise, you catch hold if you if you do some wrong. The share has not been purchased out of the foreign source, foreign money, and not the repatriation amount. Then it will be you will be wrong foot. Mrs. Elizabeth, the British national. Mrs. Elizabeth, the British national, residing abroad, is the widow of Mr. Harish, who has expired. She wants the balance in his account to be remitted to England. What had happened? Mrs. Elizabeth, the British national, and residing abroad is the widow of Mr. Harish, who has expired. She wants the balance available in Mr. Horry's account to be remitted to her account in England. In that case, what will be your reaction? If she wants the balance in his account to be remitted to, she wants the balance in his account to be remitted to England. Account permitted under FEMA. FEMA means Foreign Exchange Maintenance Act. It is permitted. Whatever the amount is there in his account can be remitted to abroad, to his wife account in abroad. Not permitted, not allowed. Not permitted, it is not right. You cannot ask a not permitted since Harish was not NRI. This is not correct. Can be remitted only or permission, that is also not correct. None of the above. It is permitted if Indian resident's wife is a foreign national and the gentleman has been expired in India. Whatever the balance available in his account, you can freely remit the entire amount to abroad to his Mrs. account. There is no restriction at all. Okay. What is the maximum amount that can be remitted outside India from another account? That thing we have already asked, $1 million, $1 million per year. You can remit maximum amount from the another account, balance available. But before remitting, you must see the tax part. Okay. Friends, time is over, not permitting me to proceed further. So I will discuss the balance thing in our next class.